This is not just a regular facelift, and I say that because there is a massive change over here under the hood. But what is this change? I will tell you in this first look video. My name is Amaan Ahmed and you are watching Car and Bike. I am sure by now you've seen plenty of images of the Punch facelift, so I will not start with that, but we will get to the design and styling in just a little bit. But what I want to start off with is the engine. This one is a brand new option for the Punch. So far, you could only buy it with a naturally aspirated petrol engine, but now the Nexon's turbo petrol has found its way under the hood of the 2026 Punch. This is the same engine that you find in the Nexon, the 1.2 liter turbo petrol engine producing close to 120 bhp and 170 Newton meters of peak torque. The Punch, of course, is smaller and lighter than the Nexon, because of which it has a much better power to weight ratio of 105 bhp per ton, and Tata Motors claims that with this engine, the Punch will go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 11.1 seconds. So that is definitely a big improvement over the older Punch. The engine's just started, and as you can hear, it is pretty refined. Let's talk about the front. Of course, Tata has tried to make it look a little bit closer to the Nexon now. I feel like the Punch had an identity of its own when it came out back in 2021, and now it's a little more homogeneous, but I still think this looks pretty handsome. You have this thin LED daytime running light strip up top and this vertically stacked headlight cluster down below. The front bumper has also been redesigned and it has this bull bar shaped insert, which I think looks quite nice, adds some depth to the face of the Punch. In profile, the Punch remains unchanged. There are no sheet metal changes, so it looks more or less the same as before, but it is finished in this new scientific blue shade that Tata has chosen. There are a total of 4 new colors for the Punch. I'll try and include a shot of all of those colors in this video. And the wheel size has also not changed. This is still riding on 16-inch alloys. Of course, this is the top end variant and that's why it has the 16-inch alloys. Lower variants, we believe, will get 15-inch wheels. The door handles are also unchanged. So you have a pull type door handle for the front doors and mounted back here like before. And one of the bigger changes in terms of rear design is the fact that you have an infinity taillight. I know a lot of you don't like connected taillights, but we have them now on the Punch as well, even though I feel like it does accentuate the width of this car. And that's about as many changes as you will find on the outside of the Punch facelift. But what is new on the inside? Come, let's take a look. Step inside and you will realize that while the design and layout have been left more or less unchanged, there are quite a few new additions over here. First and foremost, you'll notice this new steering wheel, 2-spoke. We've seen this in a number of Tata cars now, and this has finally made its way into the Punch as well. Down here, you will see Tata has integrated the touch-based control panel that we've seen in some other Tata SUVs. I have to say I'm not a big fan of this, especially considering the Punch had proper physical buttons previously. I feel like this is a step back from that, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. The rest of the design remains the same. The AC vents remain practically unchanged. Over here, you'll see the 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system. It feels relatively quick to use, and you now get 360-degree cameras, so you can check it out via surround view over here. This, of course, is something that you get with the top variant only. Apart from this, you also have wireless phone charging as before, and there's ambient lighting here as well. Right in front of me is a digital instruments display, a 7-inch display, but it doesn't cover the width, the entire width of the instrument binnacle. It also has voice assists that can control vehicle functions. Hey Tata, open sunroof.
Sure.
The Punch now also has SOS buttons. So if you have a breakdown, you can press this button and you will receive help. And in case there's an emergency, you can press this button. What's also likable about the Punch facelift are its front seats. These have extended thigh support, and you may think that this may be marketing spiel, but it's not. It does have a rather chunky cushion extending out towards the front, and it will definitely improve under thigh support on long drives. And the other big change with this variant, the iTurbo, This has a 6-speed manual. The regular Punch will still come with the 5-speed manual and an AMT, but this one is available with a 6-speed manual. Remember that there is no automatic option with the turbo petrol on the Punch just yet. Not a lot has changed at the back. There is still a good amount of space for the second row passengers considering the size of the Punch. The seats though do feel a little bit better because these two feature the improved under thigh cushioning that Tata is providing on the front seats as well. This isn't quite as prominent as it is on the front seats, but it does make a difference, and I think you will feel that on longer drives. Other than that, you still have a center armrest but no cup holders built into it, and you have rear AC vents. There is a little bit of storage space down here and a 15-watt USB Type-C charge port. Let's quickly take a look at the boot space. Tata claims that the Punch Facelift continues to have 366 liters of boot space. That I believe is the measurement up to the roof. The measurement up to the parcel shelf will be a little bit lower, closer to around 320 liters. There is something exciting going on with the CNG variant as well. So come, let's take a look at what has changed over there. So now I'm seated in the Punch Facelift CNG. Of course, it continues with its twin-cylinder layout, but the exciting news is that you can finally have it with an AMT as well. So far, the Punch CNG was only available with the manual, but you can now have it with the 5-speed AMT, and you also get paddle shifters on this variant, even though I'm not quite sure how sporty driving a CNG car can really feel. But what do you think of this combination? Let me know in the comments. Tata has pulled out all the stops when it comes to safety. The Punch Facelift as standard gets 6 airbags and ESP, and Tata has also revealed that the Punch Facelift secured 5 stars in Bharat NCAP crash tests for both adult as well as child occupant protection. If you remember, the global NCAP 5-star rating was only for adults. For children, it was only 4 stars. So it's a definite improvement on that. And Tata Motors didn't stop there. It went a step further and conducted a car-to-truck crash test within its own facilities. It drove the Punch Facelift head-on into a stationary truck at a speed of 50 kilometers an hour, and the company says that the passenger cell was intact, all the seat belts were unlocked, and the crash test dummies did not suffer any major damage. So that is definitely promising. And now to the prices. The Punch Facelift starts at 5,59,000 rupees for the base manual variant. This price goes up to 9,29,000 for the most expensive manual iCNG variant. Prices of the Punch AMT will be in the comments, so remember to check that out. And for now, tell me, what do you think of the Punch Facelift? What do you think of the changes Tata Motors has made to it? Do you think the 1.2 liter turbo petrol could be a game changer for the Punch? And are you happy to see an AMT option for the iCNG variant? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed watching this video and found it informative, then remember to give us the thumbs up. And if you know somebody who would be interested in the Punch Facelift, then remember to share this video with them.